Whoa!
Right.
Oh! We're live once again, G5 Live every Wednesday. Play my shit. I'm your host, the Wild Man, Teddy T, man. I'm representing this Dade County shit. We out here. This show today is going to be amazing, man. We brought some real players for y'all because it's an understanding that a lot of y'all don't really understand how this game started, what's the culture around here in Dade County to the world. We represent all around the world. So I had to bring my brother, the Opalaka Goon, in the building. Give it up for Briscoe!
Leader,
Briss!
what's up?
Briss!
What they do?
Oh man, it's beautiful, man. I remember the first day you walked in the radio station, man. It was like, you back.
Yeah, man.
You here.
The reinvention.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, from day one to now, what you been doing? What's going on?
Since I've been out,
Yeah.
oh man, I just been in the studio heavy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I ain't lose a step. You know what I'm saying? When it came to the music,
Right.
because I was already contemplating my release, and I knew I had a lot of groundwork to do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I got the album coming out on Christmas.
Ooh, Christmas.
Yeah, it's a present. It's gonna be under your tree.
Nice.
It's definitely
Stocking stuffer.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my greatest bodies of work because I had time to,
Put it
I
together.
had time to put it together.
Really
I had-
composition.
Yeah. I really composed it to
Yeah.
be a classic this time. You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, that's what I can learn from watching you throughout the years is that you're a real composer, you're a real A&R. You got a lot of different skills that has helped you throughout the years with the records that you made that you've turned to a career now.
Yeah. I definitely the grooming process that I had a rigorous grooming process, and everything that I ever like I say, my forefathers before me, the ones that was before me, they kind of paved the way for me. You know what I'm saying? And I was very observant coming up, and yeah, man, it just always now it's kind of easy for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I have an ear for it, and you know what I'm saying. I believe that when I put it on the paper, there's nothing else left but to deliver. You know what I'm saying? So I make sure my delivery is stellar and one of a kind. You know what I'm saying?
So from back in the days, the experiences that you had, because I remember you was like 18,
Yeah.
1998, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, what's been some of the experiences from then to now as an artist that you can see yourself that you've grown?
I think it's the process. Like I think it's the formula. Like I started with some of your guests you got today, Young and the Restless. I started with them, like just watching them, watching Charles, watching POD, and yeah, I took everything I saw that I knew it was great. I took it away, reinvented it. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the mix and made Briscoe. Even with dealing with Rick Ross, when I started rapping with Rick Ross and everything like that, I just know that it was just something that I had to. It was a learning process. You know what I'm saying? So I always had my notepad out, just gathering all my information. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me who I am today.
We had Teddy Bear here, from Fort Lauderdale
Yeah.
the other day, and that's all he talked about was like how, he kept you in Lauderdale. He kept you in the clubs, you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And, it's always been a blessing that you've been able to maneuver. You had the first artist signed to Young Money with Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of accolades to kind of build yourself up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the end result is you had to do your stint. Now you're out. It's like the cocoon effect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now you got the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
Now I seen a preview the other day for Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Man, that's just something. It's a show and it has a lot of people have a lot of views and perceptions of the show. But what's gonna be good for me is people can put the face with the music.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And with the name, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's gonna be a roller coaster. It's gonna be some real good stuff happening.
I mean, you really gonna in between Trick, Trina, you, even Chaotic has really brought a good vibe.
Just
Baby
the real
Blue.
Miami.
Yeah,
just bringing the real Miami
That-
to like the other side of the bridge.
Definitely.
The Opalaka, you know what I'm saying, the Care City.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you was to start on County Line Road and ride up 27th, you know what I'm saying? That's how it's gonna feel with me. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Now, we got artists that come up here and perform a little later on, you know what I'm saying? And I just want you to give them some insight, because I had my man Jammin' Joe and G Money here last week. Like,
Yeah.
these artists ain't even aware of the basements and what happened on 18th and at the Circle on Sundays. They don't know about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, see, I grew up on ADAT, on the ADAT machine, and you know what I'm saying. I grew up on when we had to, you know what I'm saying, load the trunk up with music, you know what I'm saying, and go to 99 Jams, you know what I'm saying, and befriend those DJs and befriend those radio personalities and stuff like that. Even to Power 96, the Hot 105, you know what I'm saying. Hot 105 was playing the older music, but we still was knocking beat down their door, trying to get them to play our records. You know what I'm saying? And I think that the artists now, you know, like the grooming process, what I was speaking about earlier, the grooming process, like social media has cut that out. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of artists that didn't do that groundwork, you know what I'm saying, to actually become a legend within themselves and become a pioneer. You know what I'm saying? I think you have to learn from the greats and emulate the greats to become, you know what I'm saying?
Being a part of the ranks.
Yeah, because, you know, Miami is like, we're one of those major cities.
A music bed.
Yeah, it's like a music hub, and people come down here, you know what I'm saying, and they take their game back to their cities, you know, take our game back to their cities. So,
Every day.
yeah, I just think that, and with the show and everything, I think I'm bringing that back. You know what I'm saying? The essence of Miami and what embodies a real Miami artist.
Definitely, that's a good thing. So, you got the album coming out for Christmas. What's the name of the album?
Black Roses. Black Roses. Yeah.
All platforms, it's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Give us a hint. Who you've done features? Who's on there?
My first feature when I came home was Rick Ross.
Okay.
I did a feature with my artist V Stuck, Cadillac,
Okay.
Cadillac Shorty. I got Ball Greasy on there, Billy Blue on there, Chief Pound on there.
Okay.
I got Lyric Ty on there, Dark Side Baby.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody who was around me, you know what
They
I'm saying?
on it.
Yeah, like everybody who was around me, who embraced me coming home, you know what I'm saying? Who I felt that was sympathetic to my when I was incarcerated and my incarceration and everything. I put them on it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I just did some great work in a short period of time. Like I definitely
Put it
locked
together.
in. I locked in, and I'm proud of the work I did.
In 2020, you're gonna hit the streets. You're gonna do it.
Man, we're doing another album called Black Billionaire Society.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just if you getting money, if you serious about your craft, you a Black Billionaire Society member.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I got another. I've been talking to Lip. I've been talking to I Am Streets.
Okay.
My cousin Streets and everything like that. We just trying to put that hole. You know what I'm saying? Anchored by Ball Greasy. Shout out to Ghost Rider.
Okay.
Shout out to Cadillac Shorty V Stuck. It's just gonna be a body of work that's gonna be exceptional.
Coming in the game like that, man.
Yeah.
Man, we appreciate you, man, coming through.
Thank you.
Give everybody your social media so they can follow you.
It's Briscoe Opalaka on everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Briscoe Opalaka. British is here. He's back.
And if you could give these new artists one jewel, what would you give them?
Write on some paper. Write on paper.
Paper.
Stop writing in your phone.
Take it back to paper.
Yeah, write on paper, because anything you write, you remember, and you can deliver it well. You know what I'm saying? So
That's hot.
I think that's something that artists should do.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Coming from the Opalaka Loon, give it up for
Yeah.
Briscoe!
Yeah.
We'll be back, G5 Live. We doing it big. Wednesday, play my shit. It's going down. Come on.
Rep your city.
From the luxurious alpine village of Gstaad, Switzerland. Experience Swiss X chocolate treats like never before. Go to www.swissx.com right now and enter the offer code on the screen for 50% off all chocolate treats. Are you ready to change your life with our patented Swiss X chocolate formula? Swiss X is organic and natural Swiss chocolates. Swiss X is a great addition to your daily routine.
mom's double shift wasn't in vain. Low achiever, at risk, disregarded. I will break that chain. Pain, disease, death, cigarettes were to blame. But I overcame the block. And the shock when my grandpa's lung cancer caused by cigarettes was caught. Distraught and left alone. Had 3 generations in one home. Not broken, but awoken. Setting sights on CEO of independence as my goal. So I reject cigarettes to regain control.
Keep it fresh. Live tobacco.
Flow fit, baby.
Get ready to push yourself. You move your full body, you're moving your limbs, you're using an explosive element. You gotta keep your core strong. You're burning calories. These high definition videos are for you to concentrate on the specific muscle groups. Welcome to Flow Fit Core Definition. This is the one that everyone wants, the ripped six-pack. How you get it is up to you. Earn that fatigue, you guys. At the end of the day, when all your ability's gone, when all your skill is gone, all you have is your will and your effort to keep going.
Woo! We're not trying to break you, we're trying to make you.
Is Flow Fit easy?
Hell no, I'm not a quitter. And guess what? It made me who I am today. Flow fit.
Rep Yo City.
Pull up to the party. Lose all of my party. No chick on my party. They can't tell me nothing, no.
Like in my face, say less. If it ain't about the money, say less. If it ain't from the click, say less. Chicks say less. Got my walls in me.
So, you know, Diddy's like your brother.
No.
Here's a little story about a kid from
Morocco. Do you know how hard you have to hustle to get a dream in Africa and think that you're gonna come to the United States and become an international rap superstar?
For me, it's a dream come true. I watched Puff when he first started, and you know, he always told me if I work hard, I can make it happen.
We're celebrating French vanilla, your own flavor. Now you're talking. Celebrating that excellence, man.
When I was recording my first album, French, they used to be outside of the studio waiting for me or Ja to finish recording so that they can get in the studio after us. So if I finished my session around 4:30 in the morning, French was coming up about 5.
Beautiful day. Jungle Brothers. Yeah, y'all wanna join us? Come get some bags with us, man.
It's really cool to see the hustle and the passion and the hunger turn into this monumental celebratory moment of an artist.
I respect his hustle, his work ethic, who he is as a man. He has a pure heart. He's all about positivity, and that's what we're about, positive vibes only, team love, so it's a perfect fit.
French's hustle, to me, is really dope because I call it a worldly hustle.
He's consistent. You can count on him to make a hit.
And I'm so glad that he's part of Ciroc because he represents everything that it is.
You can't make people believe if you don't believe. And everything that he knew could happen, now everyone is seeing it coming to fruition because he created that through his own belief in himself.
Taking a shot, celebrate the hard work.
Yo, French, your hustle on point. Congrats on the French vanilla, all the success.
Shout out to French Montana. I'm very happy for him. I respect his hustle. Congrats. Enjoy success.
And I want to tell Ciroc thank you. I want to tell Puff thank you. If you're not part of Black Excellence, if you're not part of this French vanilla Ciroc, don't call me. I'm going to get a beat before all of y'all.
I'm at the studio. 3, 4 in the morning, something like that.
Let's see how it sounds.
digger. I rap with the Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking the pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate. Jack full of dope. I can die.
Hold up, stop the track one time.
What you think?
I ain't feeling the energy ain't there. I like the second take better than the first take, but overall the energy, I don't know.
You know, why don't we do this? Why don't we take it home, sleep on it? We've been here a long time.
All right.
Hey! What's with it?
You doing pushing hairlines back?
Pushing hairlines back because he ugly.
Check this out real. Listen to this. Check it out.
Digger. I rap with a Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate on a dock full of dope. I can dissect any rapper.
What's up?
What we doing, Doc?
Hey, I got it.
Now say it, let's get it. Go on, bros. I'm out of here. Georgia Wheezy headline. Next time.
I figured it out.
What you think?
Drums.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
I rap with a Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate on a dock full of dope. I can dissect. It's a lie.
We're back. G5 Live, baby. Oh! Wednesday night, we're in the building, and y'all give it up for the beautiful bitch Chocolate in the building. She's here!
Hey, y'all. How you guys doing? My name is Chocolate, K1NG Radio. Make sure you guys go ahead and follow us. We do interviews, radio plays, all of that.
All of that.
All of that.
And now, I got my brothers, man. Like I told you, today's show is special because we bring in, like, Miami, you know what I mean? We want y'all to understand Miami to the world. We live on Roku TV, Amazon Fire through Rep Your City TV. So, you know what I'm saying? We want to make sure that people understand we got legendary platinum people in the city. You know what I'm saying? Legendary. Y'all give it up for Young and Restless! POD, Mr. Charlie, what up?
What's going on, man?
Oh, man, it's like, it's beautiful. Like, I got my brothers, but I got some real legends in the building right now, man.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to just to give people a brief, you know, introduction of who you are, where you come from, and then we're going to get into it.
Right. I'm Mr. Charlie from the group Young and Restless. We straight out of Carol City.
Carol City!
Carol City, you know what I'm saying?
He ain't said Miami Gardens, y'all. He said Carol City,
man. You know, they switched it up to Miami Gardens, but it's always going to be Carol City to us.
That's
man,
right.
You know.
Preach.
POD, the Dawn of Days, you heard me, you feel me? I'm from everywhere, but I hail Carol City, you heard me?
That's right.
That part right there.
So I'm saying, what year did y'all start? When did the Young and the Restless movement start?
I say, that's kind of really hard to say. Musically, 1988.
1988.
Musically.
Okay.
So you guys are real legends. Y'all been doing this for a minute.
Yeah.
Now, music has changed since 1988 up until now. How has it improved, or has it improved?
I'm gonna let Charles answer that first. His opinion.
Okay.
Well, I think it has improved far as artists getting paid.
Okay.
A lot of artists back in the 80s, even the early 90s, wasn't getting their full share of the royalties, publishing, the labels was taking more. So as it progressed and, you know, people started getting more of their money and shows and everything, we got ripped out a lot of money in our first couple of years. But that's the improvement, and then what I think is going on right now is like basically what you were saying earlier, Teddy. A lot of the new artists, they don't really know the foundation and you know, who paved the way for a lot of the artists. You know what I'm saying? Before them, they don't understand.
Yeah, because like I remember watching y'all on BT, Rap City, B Girls.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it was just like y'all from here. Like I see y'all at Pac Jam. Like it wasn't like y'all was hidden. Y'all was on the streets. Y'all was everywhere. But yet y'all was live on TV during the countdown. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when Poison Ivy came, it just captured the world. Y'all was like one of the first groups to go platinum in Miami. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And y'all set a precedent for a style of music. You know, y'all was doing Miami bass, but y'all took it on a more animated type of
Right,
element.
right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
As far as the way the way you rap, the style. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, Power 96 was a big push of your music back then because it was slash dance. You know,
Party,
crossed
yeah,
over. You know what I
right.
mean? And you know, y'all really had a real hold like that was 1992, right?
That was 1990.
1990.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like a big pivotal time with, you know, I remember the tour. Y'all was on the tour with Public Enemy and Public Enemy, what you call it? Tupac and Digital Underground.
Digital Underground,
It was Queen Latifah, Digital Underground, Public Enemy.
Ice Cube.
Because Naughty by Nature, Tretch was dancing for
Kid and Play.
Tretch was dancing for from Queen Latifah, and Pac was dancing for Tretch.
Digital Underground.
For Digital Underground.
Right.
And Lenoir was like the leader of the pack of the street niggas. Like they respected these guys because the music was big in California, especially.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Pac and them knew who they was, and man, I'm talking about these guys was in so much debauchery. All I know is he'll come to me, yo, we got some money. We need to get the weed. Meet us at this room. Meet us at this room. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it was like I saw that like Pac and Tretch and all these guys was like really looking up to the North. They was really like, what's POD doing? What, you know what I mean?
Right.
And it was the vibe that y'all had back then with all the artists. And you was into the production element of everything. Right. And, you know, later on, you did a lot of records on your own with Pandisc, with Bo Crane, the Pina Colada.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The Face record. That was
right. And then we all came back together with First String.
With First String Entertainment, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's just been some history as far as what people got to understand, the steps, the things that happened, the success, you know what I mean? And then bringing it back full circle, you know what I mean?
Right,
with Miami bass and the music that, you know, because that's what y'all was at the time when we had our own music. It was Miami bass. You know, it was the speakers, it was the dancing, the music, the girls, it was the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we've gotten away from the culture. We've gotten away from the sound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Talking
I
about you
agree.
from New York. So what would you have to say about?
I mean, I don't know a lot about
Be
Miami,
honest.
but what I do know about Miami, you guys have a lot of uplifting, like dancing music. You guys like to have fun, and I feel like now the new generation, they kind of like turned away from that. You know what I mean? Now it's more so serious and kind of like who's better than who, or who's beefing with who. Like, how do you guys feel about that right now?
That's kind of crazy, y'all. You ask that kind of question, cause my biggest thing when it comes down to music is fun. You feel me? Like I don't care how you comment on your music, have fun doing it though. And it got so serious now that there is no fun music, and I stress that to my own artists. You know what I'm saying? Cause I got my own label now, so I stress it to them like. People don't want to go all the like. How you have a gun in the club? Like how you dancing with
For
a girl
real.
in the club with your
It's gonna
gun?
be very
Like
uncomfortable.
when do you like loosen up?
Exactly.
Like yeah. So if
capping,
people want to have
son,
fun,
you
you know what I'm
capping.
saying? And we
You out there
made fun
capping.
music. Poison Ivy was a fun record.
Yeah.
You know, it was a fun record. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, that's the one thing, like, when you understand, that's what I want these people to understand. Miami was about party music. When we had G-Money and Jam and Joe here, you know, we talking about bass bands and the speakers. These are the things where Miami music come from. This is the culture.
Right,
you know what I'm
right.
saying? If you're not a part of this culture, you're not going to really break as a Miami artist.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And the funny thing about Young and Restless is we put out those kind of records, but our personal life was a whole nother
Y'all was
vibe.
dangerous, man. I
Just
mean,
it was a whole nother vibe.
That was a part of the reason why y'all never really got to
Do
take
it whole
the
lot-
success.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, we got to go to this tour. Oh, this person went to jail. That person went to
person got
jail. You like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I remember like it was about 5-6 years ago. We was about to do it again. I said, all right, we're gonna do another tour, and the same thing happened the same day. This guy went to jail. It was like, oh man. But you know, I wanted the people to be able to know who are some of the pioneers of Miami and the music that y'all made, the songs. You know, like give us like as far as how many did y'all sell with Poison Ivy and B Girls?
Well, the thing was at the time of, well, I'm gonna say after the tour, because after the tour your record sells some more.
Right.
We had a lawsuit going on, so Bo Crane didn't want to certify us as gold before, and then even platinum. I know we was close to 770,000 before we went on the tour. He didn't want to stay with
770,000. And back then, records were selling for like $10, $12, 12 inches.
Yeah, so he made a killing, So we was doing some numbers. For them to put us on a tour with Public Enemy.
I know it.
Digital Underground, Kid and Play.
Yeah. Y'all had crossed over. Y'all had crossed over on that element. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the thing. Back then, you mentioned Bo Crane, Joy Boy Records, where Disco Rick was at. You had we had labels with real catalogs, real music, independent.
Right,
you know what I mean? And this is the thing that's missing from the day is the actual label element. There's Strong Arm and Slip and Slide and who else? You know what I mean?
Right,
Nobody's really doing business right now. You know what I mean? So we trying to, bring back to the people that, listen, there's people that's around here that for years have been doing business. You know what I mean?
Right.
I bought y'all, this is a platinum group right here, Young and the Restless. I bought y'all brother Briscoe. He's, been through it, coming from y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got on the business tips with brother Lex Promotion. I remember Lex started when he was in high school going into college.
Right.
And it's still, so this is what I want to tell people and let people know that we ain't new to this. We true to this. We've been doing this, you know what I'm saying? And, from the things that y'all brought to the game, what y'all doing now? What's going on with, your personal projects and as far as anything with Young and the Restless?
Right. Well, as far as it's funny you say that too, because I put on my page, because like you said, a lot of people don't know. They don't know the history. They don't know E-Class and Po' Boy. I always tell it, if you know how they got the Mafia, the Charlie Lucianos, and if you had to do that tree, a lot of those artists and CEOs came from the Young and Restless camp.
That's right.
Rick Ross' first show was with Young and Restless.
That's right.
And, I put the video on my on my Instagram. Eric and Jerk. I'm the one that got them. They did.
You got me doing it, baby.
Yeah, so it's a lot of history that comes. Like Briscoe, he was a little kid up on us. Ross used to be to my house before rapping.
Yeah.
So it's a history behind that. So even after the Trina album, I forgot the name of it. We did a skit on that. Nobody never knew we was on that skit.
Right.
It's called a busted skit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we've been behind Deuce Poppy. I did several songs with her. A song called Lose Your Mind, which blew up on WEDR.
Oh, yeah. I broke Lose Your Mind apart 96.
But did you know I did that?
Yeah.
I wrote and produced it?
I know it.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you.
Right.
Back when we was at First Street, you have been doing so many records. Salam Remy, who was a world-renowned producer out of New York, gave my uncle the opportunity. He was like, look, I want a bass mix. And I came to you, and I was like, Charles, they gave us money and everything. You just like, nah, you do it, Teddy. You put your name on it. You know what I'm saying?
And you reminded me of that. I didn't even know.
I got an actual remix on a Salam Remy production that got me and your name on it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not like back then, I was from Broad, but I was always down in Dade. We had a good camaraderie and how we worked together. Me and POD, we born on the same day. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Wow. That's how our relationship is. You know what I'm saying? So what about as far as, do you have any new songs you're working on right now or anything?
Yes. I just, what we've been, like you say, like she was just mentioning what's going on now. The game has changed, and I think that's another reason why you haven't heard a lot of labels coming out no more, because since 20 years ago, the social media has taken over. So it's a whole new era of how to promote and how to do a lot of stuff. Like Briscoe was just mentioning, they blowing up now just off of Instagram. So, and if you don't know that game and you was in the first 80s and 90s, you may be coming out with the older promotion and style, which is still good to do the groundwork. But a lot of stuff is different now. So I got my solo project, and I'm learning the new era of promoting, and it's new, but I'm catching on to it. Even just the tagging people in this, tagging, like, women know it. They know it. They know how to do so much with the phone, and everything is right in your phone now.
Right.
So, so we got our solo projects coming on. He got out, and I would tell him, let's go on and do the Younger Rest. Somebody actually put out a B-Girls video, like they said, this how old I am,
Right.
and it went viral.
Wow.
How many, I don't know if it been across everybody's page, the B-Girls, it just went viral.
Man, look, B stands for Bronco,
Now,
BMW base Bengals.
What about the new era of music that you enjoy, that you want to incorporate in your music that you're creating now?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you what actually happened. I feel like it's not really incorporating. I think they took a lot of the stuff we did and just slowed it down and just, tweaked it out and did a lot of stuff. And still the swag, we was just talking about this the other day. They're not really listening to the old school, but they peep the old school game.
Right.
They peep the swag and everything.
I mean, but even like when you had a situation where Miami was known for controversial music. You know what I'm saying? I was on tour with Disco Rick. He couldn't even go on the radio stations. And he was a nice guy. I didn't understand at the time. Like, wow, Rick is nice. He's cool.
Right.
But, the kind of music, you know what I mean?
He's doing, right.
He was doing, and y'all came out riding big wheels. You know what I'm saying? And totally like the animation. That's what I'm saying. Y'all had animated music, but y'all was from the hood. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's made y'all stand out on a level where y'all went commercial with it at the time. You know what I mean?
We was tricked into it because we was actually more serious rappers. But what happened was, God bless the dead Eric Griffin, when he
Who
made
was a great producer. He
great
was
producer,
incredible.
great producer. He's the one made Poison Ivy and B-Girls. He made the beat for that.
Right.
But when we went to him, he had a song playing, Poison Ivy. The beat was just an instrumental. He came and gave us a paper. He's like had the lyrics written like, I want y'all to say this. I know a girl named Trudy. Now Trudy got, so back then, we like, what? We rappers, man, because it's singing, you know what I'm saying? So we fuss with Sam, and but it goes to show you sometimes it's just like football players got a coach, you gotta listen,
Right.
And we wanted to rap on the beat. He said, no, you gotta sing this, you know what I'm saying? And it blew up.
Oh my God.
Blew up.
It was incredible.
So after that, B-Girls came, you know what I'm saying? Norris wrote that, and I'm gonna show another thing he did. He used to say B-Girls so fast, like, B stands for Broncos, and they were like, slow it down. And we fussed about that. But when he slowed it down, it was perfect.
Right.
B stands for Broncos,
BMW,
just listening,
bars.
Yeah.
When you hear what's coming up down the lab, you'll think that we are stars.
So after that, they wanted to hear more of that. You know what I'm saying? So we gave them more of the anime. So, like, you like Pina Colada. So we went to that with LaFace Records, and it was the same vibe. You know what I'm saying? So we stayed right there, but we never, I would say it's funny now we're getting ready to do what we really like doing. Mix, because we liked that too now.
Right.
We're going to mix it all together. So that'll be the difference of what you'll be hearing of the incorporating of the new, the old, and with the creativity with it.
Now, back then when you were starting out, you say you were more of a serious rapper.
Correct.
Now, first time, being an artist, what was your hopes and desire, and did you reach that peak now?
As a serious rapper, I was the most serious rapper. Like, I ain't seen nobody. Like, literally, like, I used to catch rappers like MC Shy D and like Brother Marquise. I used to catch them somewhere and make them battle me. Like,
oh, okay.
Yeah, you gotta battle me right now. Like, and I ain't never been beat by them. You feel me? Like, nobody. Like, that's how me and Tupac became best friends, from a battle, from something slick they said on the van.
And you was like,
in
you
St.
ain't gonna
Louis.
try it.
Yeah, it's like, no. So we got back to the hotel and I ran through them too. You feel me? Like, yeah, that's what we do. But
So was it hard transitioning from like being a serious rapper, ready to battle anybody, to like,
Not really, because like that was just the rap part. But like, we friends before any of the music stuff, so we was already like acting a donkey out in the streets anyway. Like, we was always just like into something. So when the music came to like really like, really saved my life. You know what I'm saying? Because we was really like out there, you know what I'm saying? So when the music came, having fun and getting into like, okay, we gonna do this right here, that was easy for us, because it was like, okay, we're just gonna incorporate the music with our lifestyle. Like, let's party on this one. Let's talk about the girls on this one. Let's rob somebody on this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's what it was, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And to show you how serious it was, we made B-Girls in 1990. I got shot. We in a shootout 1991. So a lot of stuff got put on hold just because of that. So that's how close we was to the streets of just getting in trouble, and a lot of people didn't know that. So that slowed a lot of stuff down too, just the street part pulling you back because our friends were still in the streets. So some of these people that we had on tour, we going on tour, they got weed in the car, we getting pulled over. So and it's going on today. Like you see these artists, a lot of them getting jammed up. Like we was going through this back in the 90s, you know.
If you can give advice to artists, because, you know, like you said, it's going on today, even with like the 6ix9ine situation and stuff like that, if you can give artists now advice on, you know, mixing like the street life and the artist life together to a certain extent, what would it be?
Well, it's hard because when you're giving somebody advice like that, you're telling them to break off from the negativity which they grew up with, and these are some of the people that's saying, when you first starting out rapping, you go to the corner store, you in the hood, these are the people who's telling you, they just supporting you. You know what I'm saying? And if you have a big heart, you're gonna want to show that love back, and it's like what you was just basically saying. So it's hard even trying to give that advice, but you still tell them to say, okay, I'm gonna clear my conscience. You can't do this. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't bring this. You shouldn't bring that. But they're gonna do it anyway.
Got you. But when?
Hold on, I want to answer that same question. I feel honestly totally different. Like, if I had to give an artist the advice of, okay, you done got yourself in a situation where you don't have to be in the streets no more. So here, instead of telling you like, okay, this is the perfect blend because I live this. Like, I ain't been out the feds 65 days yet. You feel me? Like, and the things that I've accomplished in those 65 days, I really don't think the typical dude could do. I just don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you, they don't mix. If you're gonna do music and get out the streets. You feel me? Especially if you got a situation where you ain't gotta, because dude, what you giving to this, you need to be giving to this, because this is gonna get you out of this to begin with. So if you're in that situation, drop that, because the inevitable gonna happen.
I agree.
Not a project gone.
Y'all said the same thing, you know.
Yeah.
But you just you gave it more passion. You know what I mean?
I felt that one.
You know what I mean? So look, we got Young and the Restless in the building. Give everybody your social media so they can follow you.
Mine is Mr. Charlie 305. The Charlie is spelled with L-I-E instead of L-E-Y.
Okay.
Mr. Charlie 305.
My IG, Flam Living Legend. FLAMLIVING LEGEND. You feel me? Flam Living Legend. You heard me?
One more time, y'all give it up for Young and the Restless. G5 Live, come on! Woo! We coming back with more. Play My Shit Wednesday. Chocolate, Wild Man Teddy T. Let's go!
I've been waiting for this one.
Pop out at your party, I'm with the gang, and it's gonna be a robbery. So tuck your chain, I'm a killer, girl, I'm sorry, but I can't change. We ain't aiming for your body, shots hit your brain.
Little baby, and I'm back in a Birkin. No 9 to 5, put the work in. Laws and all, I love them all. To me, you're perfect.
Let's go, let's go. On the fly downstairs to the dance floor.
Slow songs, like for skinny hoes. Can't move all of this here to one of those. I'm a thick bitch, I need tempo. Fuck it up to the tempo.
Whole lot of people need to hear this. It's a lot of names on my hit list. Mom still say what he wants to. Pussy still wet like a big bitch.
Bentley GT, Josh got BB, girl, meet me in love. Go down, hit, got them GTs on my CC, yeah.
Rap, Yo City.
I've been waiting for for this one.
You pop out at your party, I'm with the gang, and it's gon' be a robbery. So tuck your chain, I'm a killer, girl, I'm sorry, but I can't change. We ain't aiming for your body, shots hit your brain.
Little baby in a bag and I'm Birkin. No 9 to 5, put the work in. Lost and all, I love them all. To me, you're perfect.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. On the fly, girl, step to the dance floor.
Slow songs, they for skinny hoes. Can't move all of this here to one of those. I'm a thick bitch, I need tempo. Fuck it up to the tempo.
Whole lot of people need to hear this. It's a lot of names on my hit list. Mom still say what he wants to. Push still wet like a big bitch.
Billy GT, just got BB, girl, meet me in love. Go down, ride them GTs on my CC, yeah.
Yo, city.
Pull up to the party. Lose all of my body. No chick on my body. They can't tell me nothing, no. Okay.
Like it in my face, say less. If it ain't about the money, say less. If it ain't from the click, say less. Chicks say less. Got my walls with me.
So you know Diddy's like your brother?
No. Here's a little story about a kid from
Morocco. Do you know how hard you have to hustle to get a dream in Africa and think that you're gonna come to the United States and become an international rap superstar?
For me, it's a dream come true. I watched Puff when he first started, and he always told me if I work hard, I can make it happen.
We're celebrating French vanilla, your own flavor. Now you're talking celebrating that excellence, man.
When I was recording my first album, French, they used to be outside of the studio waiting for me or Ja to finish recording so that they can get in the studio after us. So if I finished my session around 4:30 in the morning, French was coming up about 5.
Beautiful day. Jungle Brothers. Yeah, y'all wanna join us? Come get some bags with us, man.
It's really cool to see the hustle and the passion and the hunger turn into this monumental celebratory moment of an artist.
I respect his hustle, his work ethic, who he is as a man. He has a pure heart. He's all about positivity, and that's what we're about, positive vibes only, team love, so it's a perfect fit.
French's hustle, to me, is really dope because I call it a worldly hustle.
He's consistent. You can count on him to make a hit. And I'm so glad that he's part of Ciroc because he represents everything that it is.
You can't make people believe if you don't believe. And everything that he knew could happen, now everyone is seeing it coming to fruition because he created that through his own belief in himself.
Taking a shot, celebrate the hard work.
Yo, French, your hustle on point. Congrats on the French vanilla, all the success.
Shout out to French Montana. I'm very happy for him. I respect his hustle. Congrats. Enjoy success.
And I want to tell Ciroc thank you. I want to tell Puff thank you. If you're not part of Black Excellence, if you're not part of this French vanilla Ciroc, don't call me. I'm going to get a beeper for all of y'all.
I'm at the studio. 3, 4 in the morning, something like that.
Let's see how it sound.
I rap with the Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate. Jack full of dope. I can die.
Hold up, stop the track one time.
What you think?
I ain't feeling the energy ain't there. I like the second take better than the first take, but overall the energy, I don't know.
You know, why don't we do this? Why don't we take it home, sleep on it? We've been here a long time.
All right.
Hey, stay with it.
You doing pushing hairlines back?
Pushing hairlines back because he ugly.
Check this out real. Listen to this. Check it out.
Came dinner. I rap with a Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate on a dock full of dope. I can dissect any rapper.
What's up? What's up?
What we doing, Doc?
Hey, I got it.
Now said, let's get it. Go on, bros. I'm out of here. George and Weezy hairline. Next time.
I figured it out.
What you think?
Drums.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
I rap with a Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate on a dock full of dope. I can dissect. It's a lie.
G5 Live, man. Wednesday, Play My Shit Wednesday, where we represent, we keep the people vibing, let you know what's going on. Chocolante's in the building. What's up?
Hey, you guys, it's your girl Chocolante. Now, I'm excited to be sitting next to you, Lex. You don't know me, but it's cool. You gonna get to know me today.
Okay.
But I just want y'all to know, if y'all don't know who Lex is, like, he everywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Everywhere.
give it up for my brother Lex Promotions in the building.
Thank you.
Lex, all the way live, man. So, you know, I had to bring you on because, like I said, I need to let people know that we've been out here doing these things for years, like years and years. You've grown
God
up.
is great.
You've grown up in the business. I've watched you.
I'm a baby of Miami music scene, definitely.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, I mean, give people some insight, you know what I mean, how you came up and what's going on with Lex Promotion.
I mean, God is great. Been in business now. It's our 15-year anniversary. 2019 makes it our 15-year anniversary. Started off really in high school. I was like the cool high school DJ, DJing all the proms, pep rallies, the skating rings, the different events. And after DJing a few events, I quickly realized, all right, you know, I could be making the DJ money or I could be making the promoter money and then be able to bless and hire more people to help me out.
There you go. And you was how old at the time?
I was 14, 15.
And that's how you was thinking?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Because as a DJ, you're the only one making the money.
Right.
But when you're able to produce and curate and do your own events, you're able to hire a door girl, you're able to hire more people to promote for you, you're able to hire security guards, you're able to just kind of build a team versus when you're a DJ, most of the time, it's really just about you making the money. So from there, you know, my partner DJ Mix, who's an entertainment lawyer now. Fast forward 15 years later, he's a big entertainment lawyer. At the time, he was a DJ.
Yeah.
And we started doing a lot of high school parties, skating ring parties. And then by the time we got to college, the company kind of started making a little bit more noise.
Like, I remember I was on Power 96, and you used to pay me to shout out your parties.
Yep.
And I remember you used to come up and you say, why you always got all these records here? How you get these records? And I was like, this is promotion. Street promoters come up and bring up records. I used to be a street promoter, and I got on the radio from being a street promoter. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, what you doing, you could be a hell of a street promoter.
Now, a lot of people, they see, like, you know, the after, you know, of the promotion, but, you know, the work that you have to put in and, you know, the errors that you have to make and correct. Let people know some things that, you know, you had to just learn as you went along. Like, nobody taught you. You just like, you know what? I failed. I error, but I got to keep going.
So let me take it back. We'll start with the high school days. You know, you think you're going to have a cool party.
There you go.
You print your flyers. You take your posters. You hit the block. You hit the high schools. You hit the different neighborhoods, the flea market, the corner stores, the barbershops. So at the time, we booked a little Spanish artist that not a lot of people knew in Miami by the name of Pitbull. So we booked him for like $1,000 or something. We did the party. We promoted. When it was time to pay him, I ain't had all the money. Yo, what we gonna do? We don't have all the money, but we need him on stage. What we gonna do? Trying to figure it out. So we had a conversation. Hey, I know it's supposed to pay you X amount of dollars, but the party just didn't turn out how we thought it was, but we still need you to go on stage and perform. He looking at us like these two little knucklehead kids.
Yeah.
This is business. We agreed to a certain amount.
And that's what it is.
I could have been somewhere else getting paid more money, but I agreed to do it at a discount rate because you guys are, you know, high school, college students trying to establish yourself. I need all my money. But regardless, he still went and hit the stage.
That's right.
And then fast forward a couple of years later, I ended up working with Big Teach, who was his manager. He
right.
remembered me, and I didn't only deliver what I was supposed to deliver for him.
Plus more.
Plus more. So, you know, all these are things that, you know, so in the law of not only marketing, promotions, branding, and music, but in the law of business, no matter what business you are, it's about the relationships that you build.
That's right.
It's 100% relationships that you build. I was at Teddy T's radio station. He would let me sneak into the building, and I would bring him. We didn't have finger licking back then, so it was KFC on a regular. And you fast forward 15 years later, and I would still have a relationship. He calls me, I pick up, I can't pick up, I'm gonna send a text, and we're still getting money together, doing business together, and helping each other out.
You know, I did a music conference in Fort Lauderdale at the African American Library, and Lex was like 18. He was the youngest person on the panel, and you know, just the intellect that he gave everybody as far as being a kid about business. You know what I'm saying? And what I want you to do is to explain, because the same way an artist would become successful, you became successful in business.
Correct.
And promotion. So just give everybody like the elements of from promoting parties to promoting independent artists to promoting for major labels, like, you know, you got MMG now and Def Jam now. So give us the steps that you took that gave you that element to be in those locations to get that brands.
I mean, I have a motto that I go by, and shout out to my brother Gucci Poochie. These are his exact quotes. All you got to do is outwork him.
There we go.
So when I was passing out the flyers, I wanted to be the first person at the club at 9 o'clock, and I was the last person at the club at 5 a.m. when security are closing the doors to the club. And then fast forward, when I started working records, some of the first records I ever had to work was Uncle Luke, Piccolo, and Pitbull. So I wanted to make sure at every single high school and college party, they were playing Uncle Luke, Piccolo, and Pitbull.
Raise the roof.
Exactly. And then I remember once I was in college, and you know, we were definitely out there doing our events and passing out flyers and promoting parties. You know, people from the radio stations such as Teddy T, Big Lip Bandit approach us to promote their events because we were the best one at promoting not only our events but other consumers' events.
But I want to stop you. When did you get your first vehicle?
When did I get my first vehicle?
For promotion, your first promotional vehicle.
I got my first vehicle, I think I was 16 or 17.
That's what I want people to understand.
And
you know what I'm saying?
Mama didn't pay for it. That was me stacking up my CD money, my DJ money, and I got my own Ford Expedition at the time. That was the flyest thing in the game, and had it wrapped within 2 weeks.
You know what I'm saying? And like, that's the thing. You were 16 years old, and I always admired your business savvy. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even go to college for business.
I went to college after studied marketing management, but prior to that, I was already in the game.
Already on point. You know what I mean? And that's why I always let you come up. I always gave you the opportunity and you were so serious all the time. You know what I mean? And you know, just when you got your vehicles, then you began to go throughout the state, setting up at different spots. You know what I'm saying? Correct. And you know, you were really like, because we had a lot of different promoters back in the days, but you kind of like were the only one that kind of kept it going even to today.
I mean, my thing was you got to outwork everybody. So I was like, all right, I got Miami pretty much doing well. All right, let's go set up shop in Tallahassee. So when people want to go to FAMU, let's go set up shop in Orlando. So I had different people that worked for me in Miami, and as soon as they went away to college, boom, you're my rep in Orlando, you're my rep in Tampa, you're my rep in Daytona, Jacksonville. I quickly set up reps in different parts of Florida, and we would have our weekly conference calls, and I was basically following the model that the record labels were doing on a national level. Mm-hmm. If y'all doing this on a national level, I'm a copycat and figure out how to do it better on a Florida level and make sure I give my team incentives. It might not necessarily be money, but I'm gonna make sure Trick in town, you VIP at the Trick concert. Trina in town, you VIP at the Trina concert. Right. I'm getting free Reeboks, you getting free Reeboks. Right. So it's about giving my team incentives and making them feel like it's not only about the money, and making sure they understand what the goal for the client is and what the goal for me and the company is.
Now, I've seen recently you're doing a lot of philanthropy work.
Correct.
The stuff in Haiti, the events you're doing. So fast forward, give me what Lex Promotion is now. What are you doing?
I mean, once more, God is great. 2019, 15-year anniversary. Lex Promotions, the marketing group, has grown to a full-service marketing and promotions department. Myself, along my partner Jones, have a printing side of the company. He handles all the printing, so anything from printing a flyer to wrapping 5 tour buses in 48 hours for Rolling Loud weekend when every other company said it was impossible. we're able to make it happen. That's the printing side of the company. Myself and my business partner, Steve, we have the largest inventory of mobile billboard trucks on the East Coast. Not only Black-owned, but period. We have the largest inventory in mobile billboard trucks on the East Coast.
Now, I'm glad you said that because I want to segue to right now. See, I didn't know that, okay, until the other day when I saw how you graciously gave the billboards for the UPS driver.
Correct.
You did the whole caravan with the UPS drivers for the visual. And I was like, damn, Lex got the damn bill. My man King Zoe back there, I was like, I need to get billboards from him, and Lex is coming, so that's the meeting we gotta have, because now that's big, you know what I mean? Like Papa Keith got a billboard truck, but you said you got billboards in the country.
Yeah. We have 12 billboards, 12 mobile billboard trucks on the East Coast right now, from Florida all the way out to Carolinas, stationed there, that's where they live. And we're trying to be at 15 before Super Bowl 2021 in Tampa.
Now, accomplishing so much, like you said, you started being a DJ, you know, high school promotions. Now you're where you're at now. Now, is there any new goals that you're trying to reach? Because I feel like you accomplished a lot.
I mean, there's always new goals to accomplish. My thing is, you know, going back real quick to the billboard truck, because I'm gonna tell you a funny story. So when we first got in the game, you know, we had the rap SUVs. You guys remember the rap Suburbans, Escalades, Hummers, boom. Then we jumped into the bicycle. Imagine taking the three-wheel bicycle that little Cubans and little Jamaican and Caribbean folks drive, and then we flipped those and put a billboard on the back of the three-wheel bicycle. Then when those went out of style, there was the book bags that people would wear. So then we upgraded to the book bag banner. And then when people stopped rapping the Hummers and the Escalade, we're like, what's next? It was a static billboard truck, which is basically a banner on the back of a truck.
Right.
Then when technology upgraded and everyone's on social media and all that, all right, we got to keep up with the times.
Exactly.
So we ventured into the digital trucks. And I'm saying all this to say is no matter what business you're in, whether it's the music industry or fashion industry or jewelry industry or real estate, you have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to pivot and shift your business to today.
Right.
So everywhere that I'm at today is really just a natural evolution, and me also looking at what's next. What's next?
Right. The vision.
What's next?
The vision.
Correct.
Now our objective here, we have artists that perform later. We're educating the artists here. You're a promoter. Can you give these artists insight on promotions and marketing that they could be doing? Because that's the one thing, like social media has slowed these guys down from organic promotions. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something.
What's
Artists in 2019, 2020 and beyond, you guys have your life so easy. It is disgustingly too easy for an artist to get the attention of any executive, any record label, and any DJ. Back in my days, I would have to find a record or buy the record or look at the actual 12-inch record, look at the address. All right, it's Miami. Oh, Disco Rick and his record label's over here. Luke Records is over here. Slip and Slide Records is over here. And I would drive to them and stand in the lobby not really knowing what I want to say or what I want to do, just try to meet a connection. Now you can grab your phone.
And do everything.
All right, Disco Rick is a DJ. He's a host. He's a promoter. All right, he's over here. Trick Daddy, he's over here. All right, Ted Lucas, that owns Slip and Slide Records, is over here. All right, Finger Licking E-Class is over here. You know where they're at without leaving your house. You can contact them, you can DM them, you can follow them, you can politely stalk them. And every time you post a picture, if you use a hashtag, Teddy T, Disco Rick, or whatever, guess what? When they search their name, they're searching their hashtag, your picture's gonna pop up. Your video's gonna pop up. So there's so many different advantages for artists in today's generation, at least to be on people's radar. And I will tell you this, because I work closely with Rick Ross, he searches the Rick Ross hashtag every day. He searches the MMG hashtag every day. He searches the Black Bottle Boys hashtag every day. So if someone's using those hashtags every time they're performing, he's gonna, after 3 weeks, who's this donkey? Or who's this dude? Or who's this girl? Damn, she's fine. Or who's this artist? Yo, Lex, play her music. Sam Sneak, pull up this artist. So it's so easy now, but some artists just are not lazy or not taking the initiative.
I feel like
or
a lot
don't
of them
know.
feel entitled. Like a lot of people feel like, okay, well, I got the clothes, I got the look, then, you know, I'm entitled to this. They don't like to put the work and the effort into it.
I remember driving to North Carolina. I had enough gas money to get to North Carolina, but not enough gas money to get back. And that was just because I wanted to be at the conference. I remember going to the Core DJ conference. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get back. Somebody going to give me a box of flyers or some records, and I'm going to use that money to get back home.
But that's my point. Like, you came from the muscle, like a lot of these artists out here, and you couldn't rap, you know, and you chose the business element, and just like the same trials and tribulation it would take to be successful, you became successful. You're giving back to the community. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is the prime example that I need artists to become aware of. It's like, you might not make it as being an artist, but still, in this business, there's a lot of different means that you can do to make money.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And if you want to be successful, which is the key, you know what I mean? Find what you can do and do it. Surround yourself with the right people. Like, Jones been printing forever.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, you know, you was over here, he's over here, y'all came together. You know what I'm saying? Because you would keep crossing paths. It only makes sense, hey, if you do promotions, we doing parties, now we can all make money for each other. You know what I mean?
You have to, in business, you have to have the right business alliance. You got to have your right Batman Robin. People always say, my partner Hugo, why we never see Hugo in the same room as you? In the same room, it's the same money. Yeah. So he needs to be in another room, and I need to be in another room, so we can keep making money together. I never want to be in the same room as him. If we in the same room, we chasing the same check.
You're never together. When I see him more than I see you.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? And even throughout the state, you know, any events, he's out there. And I appreciate the fact, you know, that, you know, I'm not on the scene, but I know I can come to a Lex promotion and you're not there, but the people recognize me and I get my clearance.
Red
you know
carpet
what I mean?
treatment.
And I definitely appreciate that. Well, so what are you currently, like, what are you working on right now for 2020?
So 2020, outside of the music industry, we're doing a lot of stuff with local government. We're helping out local municipalities. So we have City of Miami Gardens that we're going to be helping out, City of North Miami, City of North Miami Beach with their events for the year. I have a nonprofit also called the We Reach Foundation. We just took a trip to the Bahamas to help out for the hurricane, and we're planning another trip right before Christmas to do a toy drive. We normally do our annual toy drive in Haiti. I'm Haitian, of Haitian descent, but after the hurricane hit Bahamas, it's only right to, once more, you got to pivot. So, all right, you know, Haiti does need help, but Bahamas just got messed up.
Right, definitely.
That's our sisters. So
Definitely.
this year it's a remix. Like, all right, we're gonna pivot and switch and support the Bahamas. And then we have a new brand that we're working with, which is called Chief Sticks. It's hemp cigarettes. So that's what we're working with, Chief Sticks. And then, you know, of course, keeping the Bel Air and the Bamboo, the Sovereign brand alive, and of course all the MMG umbrellas and affiliation. And then we still do all the marketing for a lot of the major record labels.
Definitely.
Now, earlier you explained how, you know, being a promoter, you have to have a team, right?
Correct.
Now you're expanding, you're growing, you're doing so many things. Now, if someone wants some knowledge about promoting, or even just want to jump on the team just for the experience, how reachable are you, or how can they contact you and be a part of the team?
Marketing promo tip 101. Across the board, whatever your social media handles should be the same. So with us, the website, lexpromotions.com, lexpromotions.com. The Instagram, Lex Promotions. The IG, Lex Promotions. The Facebook, Lex Promotions. The phone number, type Lex Promotions in Google. My office, my cell phone, and my email will pop up. So we're that easy and that accessible. When you go on the website, you could join, apply for a job, or you can apply to be an intern. But regardless of the fact, now I'm definitely more picky about who I bring on the team.
Of course.
Okay, as
and,
you
know,
should.
As we should, because
Exactly.
you know, we're doing a lot of corporate stuff with corporate partnerships. So whoever we're bringing on the team, they got to understand, yeah, we have a music side and
Right. We got the
entertainment
business
side,
side.
and we might be at G5 on Monday, but on Tuesday, we're in a meeting with a commissioner or mayor, so you have to be able
Get
to...
it together.
Exactly.
Adapt to the game.
Exactly.
Y'all give it up for Lex Promotion in the building.
Thank you.
G5 Live, man, every Wednesday, play my shit. It's going down. We'll be right back after these.
Enjoy.
Rep your city. Pull up to the party. Lose all of my body. No chick on my body. They can't tell me nothing, no.
Like it in my face, say less. If it ain't about the money, say less. If it ain't from the click, say less. Chicks say less. Got my walls in me.
So, you know, Diddy's like your brother.
No.
Here's a little story about a kid from
Morocco. Do you know how hard you have to hustle to get a dream in Africa and think that you're gonna come to the United States and become an international rap superstar?
For me, it's a dream come true. I watched Puff when he first started, and you know, he always told me if I work hard, I can make it happen.
We're celebrating French vanilla, your own flavor.
Now you're
We're
talking to
celebrating that excellence, man.
When I was recording my first album, French, they used to be outside of the studio waiting for me or Ja to finish recording so that they can get in the studio after us. So if I finished my session around 4:30 in the morning, French was coming up about 5.
Beautiful day. Jungle Brothers. Yeah, y'all wanna join us? Come get some bags with us, man.
It's really cool to see the hustle and the passion and the hunger turn into this monumental celebratory moment of an artist.
I respect his hustle, his work ethic, who he is as a man. He has a pure heart. He's all about positivity, and that's what we're about, positive vibes only, team love, so it's a perfect fit.
French's hustle to me is really dope because I call it a worldly hustle.
He's consistent. You can count on him to make a hit. And I'm so glad that he's part of Ciroc because he represents everything that it is.
You can't make people believe if you don't believe. And everything that he knew could happen, now everyone is seeing it coming to fruition because he created that through his own belief in himself.
Taking a shot, celebrate the hard work.
Yo, French, your hustle on point. Congrats on the French Vanilla, all the success.
Shout out to French Montana. I'm very happy for him. I respect his hustle. Congrats. Enjoy success.
And I want to tell Ciroc thank you. I want to tell Puff thank you. If you're not part of Black Excellence, if you're not part of this French Vanilla Ciroc, don't call me. I'm going to get a beat before all of y'all.
I'm at the studio. 3, 4 in the morning, something like that.
Let's see how it sound.
I rap with the Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate. Jack full of dope. I can die.
Hold up, stop the track.
What you think?
I ain't feeling the energy ain't there. I like the second take better than the first take, but overall the energy, I don't know.
You know, why don't we do this? Why don't we take it home, sleep on it? We've been here a long time.
All right.
Hey, stay with it.
Doing pushing hairlines back?
Pushing hairlines back because he ugly.
Check this out real. Listen to this. Check it out.
I rap with a Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate on a dock full of dope. I can dissect any rapper.
What's up?
What we doing, Doc?
Hey, I got it.
Now said, let's get it. Go on, bros. I'm out of here. Georgia Weezy headline. Next time.
I figured it out.
What you think?
Drums.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
I rap with a Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate on a dock full of dope. I can dissect. It's a lie.
Pop out at your party, I'm with the gang, and it's gonna be a robbery. So tuck your chain, I'm a killer girl, I'm sorry, but I can't change. We ain't aiming for your body, shots hit your brain.
Little baby and I'm back and I'm Birkin. No 9 to 5, put the work in. Lost and all, I love them all to me. songs, they for skinny hoes. Can't move all of this here to one of those. I'm a thick bitch, I need tempo. Fuck it up to the tempo.
Whole lot of people need to hear this. It's a lot of names on my hit list. Mom still say what he wants to. Pussy still wet like a big bitch.
Billy GT, girl, skirt, BB, girl, meet me in love. Go down, ride them Chi-Chis on my CC, yeah.
Rep Yo City. Rep Yo City.
Pull up to the party. Lose all of my body. New chick on my body. They can't tell me nothing, no. Okay.
Like it in my face, say less. If it ain't about the money, say less. If it ain't from the click, say less. Chicks say less, got my walls in me.
So, you know, Diddy's like your brother.
No.
Here's a little story about a kid from
Morocco. Do you know how hard you have to hustle to get a dream in Africa and think that you're gonna come to the United States and become an international rap superstar?
For me, it's a dream come true. I watched Puff when he first started, and you know, he always told me if I work hard, I can make it happen.
We're celebrating French vanilla, your own flavor. Now you're talking. Celebrating that excellence, man.
When I was recording my first album, French, they used to be outside of the studio waiting for me or Ja to finish recording so that they can get in the studio after us. So if I finished my session around 4:30 in the morning, French was coming up about 5.
Beautiful day. Jungle Brothers. Yeah, y'all wanna join us? Come get some bags with us, man.
It's really cool to see the hustle and the passion and the hunger turn into this monumental celebratory moment of an artist.
I respect his hustle, his work ethic, who he is as a man. He has a pure heart. He's all about positivity, and that's what we're about, positive vibes only, team love, so it's a perfect fit.
French's hustle, to me, is really dope because I call it a worldly hustle.
He's consistent. You can count on him to make a hit. And I'm so glad that he's part of Ciroc because he represents everything that it is.
You can't make people believe if you don't believe. And everything that he knew could happen, now everyone is seeing it coming to fruition because he created that through his own belief in himself.
Second shot, celebrate the hard work.
Yo, French, your hustle on point. Congrats on the French Vanilla, all the success.
Shout out to French Montana. I'm very happy for him. I respect his hustle. Congrats. Enjoy success.
And I want to tell Ciroc thank you. I want to tell Puff thank you. If you're not part of Black Excellence, if you're not part of this French Vanilla Ciroc, don't call me. I'm going to get a beat before all of y'all.
I'm at the studio. 3, 4 in the morning, something like that.
Let's see how it sound.
I rap with the Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate. Jack full of dope. I can die.
Hold up, stop the track one time.
What you think?
I ain't feeling the energy ain't there. I like the second take better than the first take, but overall the energy, I don't know.
You know, why don't we do this? Why don't we take it home, sleep on it? We've been here a long time.
All right.
Hey, play with it.
Doing pushing hairlines back?
Pushing hairlines back because he ugly.
Check this out real. Listen to this. Check it out.
I rap with a Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate on a dock full of dope. I can dissect any rapper.
What's up?
What we doing, Doc?
Hey, I got it.
Now say it. Let's get it. Go on, bros. I'm out of here. Georgia Wheezy hairline. Next time.
I figured it out.
What you think?
Drums.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
I rap with a Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate on a dock full of dope. I can dissect. It's a lie.
Each and every Wednesday, play my shit, it goes down, man. Where we bring artists, we bring people to come through, represent, we give you information, knowledge. My beautiful co-host Chocolante's in the building, King Radio representative. Wild Man Teddy T. Look, I mean, we've had some great guests here tonight, right?
Yes, we have, and I learned a lot. Especially about the Miami culture. I learned a lot today.
Right, and now we got the Miami culture going on another level. We're going to feature films. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give it up for my brother, Detroit Boy! Bertram Boyd in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Bertram Boyd!
What's going on? What's going on?
Man, like, it's like a pleasure, number one, to have you here at this time, knowing that you have the number one movie in the world right now.
Yes, that's a big accomplishment.
Queen and Slim, like that's, I mean, you know, that's a great big accomplishment, but we want to start from the beginning because I know you from poetry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's where I know you from. So it was like a big surprise when I saw you on Voices and they said you was on the movie, and I'm like, damn. Like, I've been waiting to watch this movie, and then when it came out, it's like it did 16 million its first week, number one, and then it's like you're in the movie, and like we can touch you like you're here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But you started with the poetry, so let us know how you came from poetry and started acting.
I don't know how you give the short version or the long version.
No, we got time.
We got lots of time.
You the star. You the star tonight.
Nah, it really was just something introduced to me, man. The poetry was like this is the foundation to it all. You feel me? I met Will the real one, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Will.
I met him back in high school when I was at North Miami. I was a senior, and I skipped the class to go check him out in the library one day. And I don't know, it was just something about that man energy. You know, I'm an athlete. You know, I'm a baseball player, football player, and stuff like that. So my mind was set on things like that because you know that's what we do down here in Dade.
That's it.
When we play ball, but I don't know. When old boy got in there, and I'm looking at Will, and I'm looking at this dude standing like 6'4", this dark-skinned cat with mouth full of golds and his afro, and I'm like, okay. And then he spoke, and I was like, damn. Everything he said was like hitting.
Run, nigga!
Yeah, for real.
Run!
You feel me?
Run, nigga! Like, that's
so
Will.
he was on it. So I was like, damn. And that's the one he did too, So I Run. So when I seen that shit live, I was like, damn, I can do something with this. I don't know, I just want to, you know, dabble in it a little bit.
I mean, the first time I heard Will, I started going to poetry because of Will. You know what I'm saying? And I took Will, introduced him to Pitbull, and he was able to do the intro on Pitbull's album.
Mariel.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how, like, I used to bring him on the radio and let him do poems on the radio because I just wanted people to hear him. And I was so glad that Def Jam did a whole poetry setting and gave him that just due. You know what I mean?
Right.
And, you know, I really thought that. I feel like poets still have an opportunity to be number one on the charts as a poet. You know, like Wale is a poet. You know what I mean? And you could tell with his words and his music. You know, he uses poetry in it. You know what I mean? But I always felt like Will the Real One was going to be the one to actually hit the charts as a spoken word artist.
Yeah, he definitely had the potential to do so. So you know.
So, coming from those shadows, how did you like turn that into?
Yeah, what moves?
You know, how did you move, like, you know, to where you at now?
Honestly, it was actually a phone call from a cat that was like kind of like my manager back in the day. He just hit me up and just asked me was I interested in acting. This is back in 2012.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, why not? So all my first 4 films, they all was student films at Palm Beach College. So I used to just drive up to Palm Beach like every other weekend and just shoot these films with these students that, you know, they were just shooting them. And
students, what, they went to Palm Beach College?
Yeah, they were just students at Palm Beach College that was in like the film program.
Okay.
But they were doing like real films. So
right.
I was just getting my work in just like that.
Right.
So, you know, I ain't really had no type of schooling.
No real experience.
Yeah, so I was just working it on camera with people that was doing it, going to school for it. So
right.
I was doing it that way, and it just started progressing like that. So those first 3 films was student films, and then I landed a big short film that won awards and stuff with Mike Garcia. And then I did the music video, Tunnel Vision with Kodak.
Okay.
And, then that started, people started, kind of seeing me on the regular with the film and then with that.
Okay.
And
how did you get hooked up with the to be on the video with Kodak?
Kodak, yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even know it was with Kodak. I was just doing it off the strength that it was Mike Garcia, the director.
The director,
he the
right.
one shot the short film that won all the awards and stuff, Avaricious. And after that, he just called me up it was like 6 months later. He hit me up like, you want to do this video? And he had, pitched me the idea and emailed me the whole storyline. And he had all the KKKs and the crosses burning and stuff. And I was like, okay. That sounds interesting. We gonna shoot the bitch in Homestead. I'm like, okay. You crazy, but let's do it.
With things like that, do you ever get kind of pause? Like, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, have you ever got to a point where it's like if I do this, it's gonna go, left, or if I do this, I'm taking a leap of faith, and maybe it'll get me to the next level.
Nah, I trusted Mike. I was like, let's do it. It was a wild idea.
It was fun. It sounds weird.
That's the one thing when you have a relationship or you're developing a relationship with a director. It's all about vision and how they see you grow. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So the fact that he's open, he's like a director's dream.
That's
you know
good,
what I mean?
yeah.
If you're gonna trust my judgment of what I have, I'm not gonna steer you wrong.
What keeps you motivated to keep going? Because acting alone has its ups and its downs. You have a lot of doors that just keeps closing. So what keeps you motivated to keep going?
I don't know. You really don't. If you don't really want to do anything else, you kind of just stay the course.
Yeah.
So I'm used to getting told no during auditions and whatnot. So when you get that one yes or whatnot,
it's lit. It's like, yes, let's do this.
And it's depending on the project too. Sometimes like you were saying before, it can make or break you or whatnot. But I just so happen to get caught up in a film that's doing numbers. And
right.
Yes, absolutely.
So how did you get connected with the movie with Queen and Slim?
I was actually I was in LA. I was in LA celebrating my birthday. It was 2018 in March. I'm celebrating my birthday, and I was there for a week. But while I was there, I was actually I come from, I ain't really big on social media. I'm really real grassroots with it, because I come from that era with Will and stuff. So I know what Lex was talking about. I'm about that. You feel me? So what I was doing, I was just going out to agencies and dropping off unsolicited ass material and stuff. They didn't want that shit, but whatever. I was dropping it off anyway. And I had two friends that was actually going out there to get some work in. And while they was getting this work, they actually had an interview with one of the agencies that I couldn't get into. Oh. So, long story short, they actually pitched my name to one of the directors to one of the shows on Oprah Winfrey's Own. Okay. I auditioned for that role and didn't get it, but the agency liked me, so they kept me on. And they ended up sending me 2 auditions, and one of the auditions was Queen and Slim.
Okay, it sounded like you had a good birthday.
Yeah, it was Queen and Slim, and after that, it was just, I auditioned for it. About 2 weeks later, they hit me up and told me that I was the director's choice and they wanted me for the role. And that's pretty much what it was now.
Let me ask you this. When you got that call and it was like, you got it, how did you feel in that moment?
It wasn't even a call, it was that email. That's even worse because it's going to be an email because now you're waiting.
Yeah. Right.
And that waiting game ain't no joke. So, but I waited, I waited patiently. And when they sent me that, and I had to, live out the hotel in New Orleans because everything was shot in Cleveland and New Orleans. It was something different.
And so what was it like with the other actors? A lot of those guys the first time was only 2 people that actually
with experience.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Daniel was I would say the most experienced in feature films, if anything.
Right.
It was Jodie's first feature film, who plays Queen.
Right.
It was Melina's first feature film directing, and it was Lena's first feature film writing. So, and then it was mine as well, acting in one. So you had a lot of first timers. So there was a lot of heart being felt on the set. It was easy working with them because, I kind of was just myself in the most part. I just was kind of comfortable in my skin. So I was just on it.
How did you feel when you realized you had a major role in the movie?
Honestly, I didn't even know how major it was gonna be until after it dropped, and then everything just kind of hit me all at once, like one tsunami. Like I didn't realize how important or how vital that rose was until, you know, I'm getting the comments and then I'm getting the phone calls and the emails and I'm like, oh, okay, this is
big,
real.
it's major.
Yeah, it's
Like,
major for
when
real.
When you got that news, like, did you celebrate? How did you act? Who were you with?
I'm real even killed, so I
Okay.
didn't really do a whole lot of celebrating. You know, I might have had a drink or two. You know, I'm just kind of I be vibing, so I don't really be doing. I don't be doing a whole lot.
But
so.
it's crazy because you're getting like a lot of people are like negative, like, oh man, when I see you, I'm gonna get you. Like,
You know what though? I get it though, cause I mean I understand the emotion that attached to
Right.
the film. So I understood the road that I was taking anyway.
Right.
I just didn't realize that what I was gonna receive after that.
Right.
But actually, when I've been out and stuff, like it's been like I was in Art Basel.
Mhm.
It was interesting. It had a lot of
people were approaching you.
You know, cause I ain't used to that type of attention.
Right,
Cause I've always
right.
been like
That's-
real low key. You feel me? Like
Right.
I've
How
always
did it
been
feel with people just coming up to you, just like, hey?
different.
Different.
It was
Because you
weird.
gotta
It was
think,
weird.
like, think
You know,
about this.
and I
Like
had-
this movie just came out Friday.
Right.
And it's everybody's going to watch the movie, and then they see him like, it's you.
Yeah, for real.
You're
like,
the one that.
Yeah, for real.
People
So-
making a whole big scene. You're like, wait, hold on.
And it's real. But it's been love too because if they feel that way, that mean I
Right.
did my job.
And that's
as
the
an
best
actor.
thing about it. Like, that's what I can say. Like, I think you're gonna get a lot of calls from this movie because outside of those two, you are that. Hey, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Because of the good and bad press that you're getting. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And that's why I was just like, wow, man. We got him here, G5 Wednesday, right here. You know what I mean? Just to kind of help artists understand, the grind. You are an artist on another level, but you still had to put yourself in the position like all people have to do to be successful.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what we want is that story so that people can hear. People that's watching right now at home at TV on their phones, you know what I mean? I want you to tell them, what it takes to really
Put the
get to the
grind,
point
yeah.
where you at right now, like the success.
I think it's different now at this point though. To be honest, I'm really not big on social media. Like I have to be when I have someone kind of guiding me through
Getting you
certain
on it,
things.
right.
Taking things out, adding things for me, and so many people just can use their phones to make films and do things of that nature. I don't know. So it depends on the level that you're trying to go. Like I want to be in feature films. I don't want to be on a 60-second IG video or whatnot. So,
Right.
I mean, for me, right now, all it is casting, it's auditions, it's networking, it's things like that. It's not so much meeting actors, but it's meeting cast and directors and producers and the
Right.
writers because they control what's going
going
on
on,
for real
right.
and what's being viewed. So you really have to just put yourself in that position. Like I really ain't have no blueprint to what was going
You just
on.
have
Like
to
I
go.
really didn't have. I can ask a million people, but I
Right.
still had to go out there and do the work. I
And-
still had to go out there and make it happen in my own way. And with meeting people, and depends on your circle too, man.
Yeah.
I had two friends that was going out there to be writers on the show.
Mhm.
The people that you hang around, if they
That's it.
handling their business too, hey
put
man,
you
if they
on.
like that, it's a give and take. They gonna put you on it, so many ways, or put you in a position where you can put yourself on.
That's
like
it.
I auditioned for the role, but I didn't get it. But I was in the room. Sometimes
Right.
you just got to be in the
And
room.
that's it. Somebody else might notice you like, well, hey, you didn't get that, but you can do
hey,
this.
I could use you for this. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So that's kind of like what happened. So when I got that role, it was the casting director that told Melina that I have the perfect person for this role. And that's when I got the email. And then, they fly me. I fly to Atlanta, then I fly to LA, and then I'm back home. And then next thing I know, I get the email saying that, hey, we want you for this.
So the full budget production of what you're doing, compared to a short film, what was the difference You know, as far as
It's a complete difference from
like
Palm
I
Beach
want,
to
like
being
that's
in
what I
New
want you
Orleans.
like.
Exactly.
I want you to
difference.
explain that. You
like
know,
on
like
some,
give it
just
to
on
them.
some cool shit. Like I stayed in a hotel the entire time. Like,
Right,
you know,
right.
like, and I'm talking about like some big ass suite and shit.
And you can order what you want, or
I was good. Like I was good. Like I was being expected. I had a driver and shit. Like you know what I'm
felt
saying?
good,
Like I
didn't you?
had a whole
like-
driver, man. I had a whole damn
and
driver.
how long did y'all shoot? Like how long was the total production?
Total production, actually, man, give it about 7-8 months.
Okay.
Damn, 7-8 months in the hotel
Yeah.
in
So-
New Orleans.
No, but I mean that's production. But for me, I was there for about 3 months.
3 months.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
Still, that's still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but then you know, they feed you well.
They-
You know what I'm saying?
I hope
Like
I hope
you like
so.
you get fed well. Like everything is. You really don't. You know, you get your stipend every
Right.
other day. Like,
Right. You
Being
ain't really got to
that-
spend no money.
You don't have
Yeah.
to spend a
You don't
dime.
gotta spend
like
nothing,
you don't.
so
But
you-
I was there doing Mardi Gras.
Right.
You
how
know
was
what I'm
that?
saying?
Oh,
I was there
yeah.
doing my birthday and Mardi Gras, and we shooting Queen and Slim.
So, you know.
I was just it was
were just having
I
the
was
time of your
living.
life.
I was living. I ain't had no car. We just walked the streets and stuff. Just and everything was good though. I mean, but I can say that no one could take that from me. Like I worked for that.
Right.
You know what I'm
you
saying?
felt
Like I remember,
good, like, you know.
driving
You put the
to
work
Palm
in.
Beach College, on E just to shoot this film with students that wasn't paying me. But I'm
Right.
just trying to shoot this film with them.
Get out there, man. Whatever it takes.
Let's work. You know what I'm saying? So-
Sacrifices.
and that's what it was. And that's always, that's what it's always gonna be.
Being that this was your first major film, and you worked with a lot of firsts, a lot of people that it was their first major film as well, what type of advice did you leave with that you can carry on to the next film or your next project?
I like that question. I wish I had an answer. Like honestly, like when I was on set, it was probably the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever done in my life.
I'm glad you said that.
Like the most nerve-wracking thing
Yeah.
I ever done because, like for instance, it's us three, and then we got these cameras. We got like 4 or 5 cameras.
You gotta act like they're not even
and then
there.
we got like 30, 40 people just standing there looking at you,
Like
deliver your
watching,
lines
like,
and stuff.
They mouth open
And honestly, I ain't never been in a position where certain things was being asked of me. What they asking me in my head, I'm like, I've never done this before. But
Right.
I'm not gonna be like, I never done this before.
Nah, you got to act like you know.
Hey, and I'm telling you, what my whole key was trying to be. I just wanted to be, be able to be directed. You know what I'm saying? Being able to take direction from Melina, and to see what it is that she wanted me to do. But it was probably the hardest thing I ever done for real because it just was something that was kind of out of the norm, and it was on such a grand scale, and I knew like it was going to theaters, and I didn't want to look bad, and I felt like I was actually out there on the island by myself, like for real, like
Yeah.
it was, they was set. They were just putting me in a position where I can be set if I do my, do my thing. So I didn't really couldn't take anything from it. The most, the experience was like just really just some nerve-wracking shit for me. Like,
Right,
damn,
right.
it was hard.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know the red carpet was really good. You said it was out in LA, right?
Yeah.
I know that was probably nerve-wracking too. Now, was there a certain person that you seen on the red carpet that wasn't in the film, but was there to support that you were excited to see? Like damn, like I really got to meet so and so.
Raphael Sadiq.
Okay.
Snoop Dogg, and a few other people, but I think Snoop was like the biggest one for me because I'm a big fan.
Right, right.
So he the OG.
Did you go up to him and speak?
Yeah, we spoke, and I'm glad we spoke when we did because throughout the movie he kept saying "fuck the police," so I just knew once he got to my part he was gonna be on some shit. But he actually left right before that part came, and he was just out in the lobby. So I got a chance to speak with him, and it was cool. But yeah, it was interesting. But it was interesting because a lot of people came up to me.
Gotcha.
So that's how I ended up meeting a lot of the folks because they were like making their way to me to tell me how how well I did and whatnot.
yeah.
And that kind of threw me for a loop too because like, and they were coming to me saying my name. I'm like, oh,
Oh, you know me.
Oh, because they done seen the film like 3, 4 times, and I didn't want to see it until I got to LA.
Gotcha.
So, once I was in LA, I was like, I'm gonna watch it here, red carpet, and see it for the first time here. So, that was an experience in itself, with all the cameras and.
Well, it's good. All the nerves are out now. The first film is done.
Yeah.
Now, when we could get to the next one, we don't have to be nervous anymore.
Yeah.
We already know what to expect.
I know what to expect, but my nerves gonna still be pretty bad. I know me.
Because you're still getting in it. You're still getting your feet wet.
I'm still getting
Especially
in.
if it's another big production. Like, if you already got a good production, now your next movies could be even bigger. Bigger stars, what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, it might be a whole nother element that it'll be in place, So definitely, man, we're really excited about this movie, Queen and Slim. It is the #1 movie in the country right now. We have one of the stars of the movie here with us right now, G5. Could you just give the people just some jewels, like give them something, as far as advice to be able to make it?
Man, I think staying the course is just really where it's at. Like, you just can't quit.
Nope.
Ain't no quitting. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is no quitting. It's just stay the course, because you just never know what or who you can meet or what can happen or at any given moment. So, once you quit, you kind of just never know.
So, like, for an actor, it's the networking.
It's definitely a lot of networking involved.
And relationships.
The relationships you build, yeah.
The networking and relationships, and now the value that, they see within you as an actor, and how they can see your vision, their vision from what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you kind of like teaming up with different directors? Like, what is your approach to be able to move forward in the game?
Well, right now, luckily for me, I did well, so I actually got, some emails and stuff going on right now. So I'm just working the interviews really right now. So when you hit me up, once I saw your name, I was like, yeah, we're gonna do this. Like, I'm doing this before I leave, whatever.
And so what are you using now? What kind of discretion are you using to pick what will be your next film?
I'm just open right now, but knowing me, it just has to make sense.
Is it like a certain character do you feel like you're open to play different characters? You think you always play that villain? Like what?
My dream role.
Yeah, what is your dream role?
It's a biopic.
Okay.
And it would be Doc Ellis. Doc Ellis is a former black baseball player for the Oakland A's.
Right.
And he's infamous for throwing a no-hitter while on LSD. And he don't remember it, but he remembers it. You know what I'm saying? But but he's a character in itself. But I'm fascinated with the dude. You know what I'm saying? And he's still living, so it's dope in itself. And it's already a documentary out, but I'm talking about like a full-length film. Like,
so this is something that you're pursuing, like.
I would like for someone
like to pursue,
I was something that I would like.
Right now in the beginning, like, you can take the actor approach and just move along as being an actor, but when do you think that you'll actually get into producing or directing your own films?
Writing.
Well, actually, I'm actually working on the script now.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on the script right now, and I've been working on it for 1.5 years.
Okay.
So, and I already have some people that I kind of pitched it to, since, with all the networking that's been, thrown my way with everything. So it's easy to actually meet anyone right now for me. So it's been real good, especially, and Art Basel has really this year was the best for me, really.
Art Basel this year, it really opened up as far as the industry and the different industries that were there. It was like a lot of diverse industries that were there to network and like, hey, you do this, we do that. You know what I mean?
Right. So I met a lot of different people. But again, with this movie coming out, everyone was coming up to me, so it was just so easy. It was like, this is good, So I was able to network, good, but not as comfortably as I wanted, but it was good.
It's gonna get there. It's gonna get there.
That's it. So
now,
go ahead.
Who's an actor or actress that you've been watching for years and look up to and probably wish to work with in the future?
I'm I'm a big fan of Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh gosh, me too.
Like so, and I really want to do a comedy. Like that's one of my
comedy.
Like I really, believe it or not, I do. I really want to.
So you got the jokes.
I really want to do a comedy. I really want to do a comedy for real. So that's something that's something else I would like to do. So he would be one of the persons I would love to do a film with.
That's what's up. We're gonna speak it into existence,
Yeah,
right? We're gonna make
yes,
it. Yeah, there we go. Throw
That's
it in the
it.
atmosphere.
That's it. Y'all make sure, y'all, if you haven't seen the movie yet, please go check out Queen and Slim. It's in theaters right now. It's even going to be on demand, I think, by Christmas, maybe, because they be trying to work those movies kind of fast.
Real quick.
You know what I'm saying? But please go check it out. We got him in the studio live with us right now. Y'all give it up one time for Bertram Boyd. We'll be right back with G5 Live Wednesday. Play my shit!
Pop out at your party, I'm with the gang, and it's gon' be a robbery. So tuck your chain, I'm a killer, girl, I'm sorry, but I can't change. We ain't aiming for your body, shots hit your brain.
Little baby, and I'm back in a Birkin. No 9 to 5, put the work in. Lost and all, I love them all. To me, you're perfect.
Let's go, let's go. On the fly, girls, dance to the dance floor.
Slow songs, they for skinny hoes. Can't move all of this here to one of those. I'm a thick bitch, I need tempo. Fuck it up to the tempo.
Whole lot of people need to hear this. It's a lot of names on my hit list. Mom still say what he wants to. Push still wet like a big bitch.
Bentley GT, girl, skirt, BB, girl, meet me in love. Go down, ride them GTs on my skis, yeah.
Rep Yo City. Rep Yo City.
From the luxurious alpine village of Gstaad, Switzerland. Experience Swiss X chocolate treats like never before. Go to www.swissx.com right now and enter the offer code on the screen for 50% off all chocolate treats. Are you ready to change your life with our patented Swiss X chocolate formula? Swiss X is organic and natural Swiss chocolates. Swiss X is a great addition to your daily routine.
You see, my mom's double shift wasn't in vain. Low achiever, at risk, disregarded. I will break that chain. Pain, disease, death, cigarettes were to blame. But I overcame the block. And the shock when my grandpa's lung cancer caused by cigarettes was caught. Distraught and left alone. Had 3 generations in one home. Not broken, but awoken. Setting sights on CEO of independence as my goal. So I reject cigarettes to regain control.
Keep it fresh. Live tobacco.
Flow fit, baby.
Get ready to push yourself. You move your full body, you're moving your limbs, you're using an explosive element. You gotta keep your core strong. You're burning calories. These high definition videos are for you to concentrate on the specific muscle groups. Welcome to FlowFit Core Definition. This is the one that everyone wants, the ripped six-pack. How you get it is up to you. Earn that fatigue, you guys. At the end of the day, when all your ability's gone, when all your skill is gone, all you have is your will and your effort to keep going.
Woo! We're not trying to break you, we're trying to make you.
Is FlowFit easy?
Hell no, I'm not a quitter. And guess what? It made me who I am today. FlowFit.
What? Hey, what's it? Moolah? What? Moolah. What's the numbers? 10. Come on, ladies, shake it. Turn it up. Drop that, DJ. It's going down. G5 Live. Wednesday. Play my shit Wednesday. Each and every Wednesday is how we do it. I need y'all to give it up for Moolah. Moolah's in the building, baby. It's going down. G5 Live. Come on.
You know who sing that?
Oh yeah, that's my dog. That King Zoo right now. Know what I'm talking about? Know what I'm talking about? For real though. Moolah, what's cracking, man?
What's going on, chillin'?
You felt real good with that entrance, didn't you?
Like a star.
Ooh, as
Like
you
that.
should feel.
It was going down.
As you should feel.
So Moolah, let us know what you got going on.
Man, I got my single out right now. Fuck That. It's on all platforms, Spotify, Apple Music. Anything you can find music on is on there.
Okay.
I got an EP dropping soon, like in a couple days. I don't really want to put no date on it, but.
Couple days.
Yeah.
It's about to drop.
Yeah, I shouldn't
Just
even
be
say
ready.
Yeah, I wasn't even supposed to say that.
Just
but.
be ready. It's finna drop, y'all. I ain't gonna tell you what day, but when it's ready, drop it. Let's get it.
Oh yeah, it definitely got. No, I ain't. Yeah, I gotta just drop it. I can't tell you.
Okay, don't tell us. Don't tell us.
I'm gonna spoil it. I don't know.
So how long you been rapping?
I've been rapping since I was real young. I just started taking it serious. Like, I've been taking it serious, but ever since, like I said last time, ever since I met Zoe, King Zoe, that's when I really started taking it serious. That's why I'm up here right now, because of him.
That's right.
What about King Zo inspire you to take it serious and just
his,
full throttle, just go do it?
His work ethic. Like every time I got in the studio with him, every single time it was the vibe was right. Like it was like this who I'm supposed to be doing music with. Like this who I'm supposed to be working with. Like, cause every time I go in the booth with like another person, it's not always a bad thing, but every time with him it's good all the time. He keep up with me, I keep up with him. It's always like, yeah.
I mean, it's good to always have good vibes like that, always. Now, when you are in a studio session, is there like a preparation before that you have to, do?
Nah.
Or you just go do you pen and paper, old school, you got your cell phone, like what you do?
Nah, we just go in there and just have fun. And
that's what's up.
Whatever,
let it out.
Whatever happened.
That's it.
Now, your single.
I never go in there with like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I just go in there.
Just do it.
Whatever the beat tell me to do, that's what I do.
Let it drop it.
Okay. So your single, Fuck That.
You ready for that?
Like why?
Why? Where it come from?
I ain't really want to put that one out. Actually, one of my friends was pushing me more about it. Like, oh, you should put this one. This one is catchy. It's catchy. Just put it. And then I was like, nah. And then he was just like, man, I'm gonna put it up for you on Apple Music. And then he put it up for me. And then we here now with.
What type of love were you getting on Apple Music for you to be like, you know what, this is it. I'm gonna do it.
Say that again.
What type of love were you getting when he just dropped it for you?
Nah, actually we just dropped it like a couple of weeks ago, so I ain't really been checking on it, but I know I'm ready to.
So you just ready to drop it right now?
You just want to just do it?
Well, let's go ahead. Let's just get up and let you get up and do your thing. Moolah Live G5. Let's get in, baby. Fuck that. Fuck that, man.
You can't smoke in here.
Fuck that.
Man, I just paid for this motherfucking studio time. Nigga, what you mean? Nigga, fuck that.
Cuz you trying to take my bike.
Oh,
Shorty Joe, what type of punch was that? I thought I taught your ass better.
Lately I've been feeling like fuck that. I don't give a fuck, nigga, fuck that. And this bitch keep tripping, man, fuck that. Police on the way, man, fuck that, yeah. Lately I've been feeling like fuck that. I don't give a fuck, nigga, fuck that. And this bitch keep tripping, man, fuck that. Police on the way, man, fuck that, yeah. She just a hot tamale, got a banging body, drive a Maserati, and this new Versace got me feeling cocky, and the paparazzi always trying to watch me like, yeah. I don't give a fuck about none of that. Take a nigga head off if it come to that. Getting money, now they trying to say we Illuminati. And fuck that, I'm trying to go and call the new Bugatti. Better watch out when you do shit. And these bitch ass nigga got loose lips. flips. Wanna talk tough, won't do shit. Beat a nigga across his head with a boo stick. Can't stand me, better sit back down. Nigga pull up on me and it's click clack pow. But see nigga be talking but never do shit. Nigga all these killers we got, we can shoot a movie. Nigga all the work we be moving, this nigga cruise shit. Nigga you can pull up whenever, you ain't gon' do shit. Yeah, got a pop on the bottom, man, where the ice at. Just take a look at my wrist, man, that's an ice pack. Nigga, I could throw all this money and get it right back. Nigga, why the fuck she looking at me like she like that? Yeah, I'ma give her that look. If she give it back to me by the end of the night, I'm finna pipe that. Pipe that. Lately I been feeling like fuck that. Fuck that. I don't give a fuck, nigga, fuck that. And this bitch keep tripping, man, fuck that. Police on the way, man, fuck that. Yeah, lately I been feeling like fuck that. I don't give a fuck, nigga, fuck that. And this bitch keep tripping, man, fuck that. Police on the way, man, fuck that. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about nothing. Bitch can't push my buttons, you ain't getting no money. All you wanna do is talk about fucking. Broke bitch can't get nothing. I pop her perk like a skittle. She say I'm just like a riddle. Bitch, I'm so hot that I sizzle. She got a man, don't give a fuck about that nigga. She throw it back while I kill her. She just wanna fuck, she just wanna nut. She just wanted in the pussy, then she wanted deep inside her butt. I don't give a fuck if you wanna fuck. Put it in your gut, then you gotta make my girl bust a nut. She just wanna fuck, but I put it in her mind, cause I know that she just wanna put the jaws on me. Oh, jealous ass bitch tryna put a pause on me. If a nigga hit her back, she gon' put the laws on me. But man, look, lately I been feeling like fuck that, fuck that. I don't give a fuck, nigga, fuck that. And this bitch keep tripping, man, fuck that. Police on the way, man, fuck that, yeah. Lately I been feeling like fuck that. I don't give a fuck, nigga, fuck that. And this bitch keep tripping, man, fuck that. Police on the way, man, fuck that, yeah.
Moolah in the building. Fuck that, she's single. Play my shit Wednesday, Moolah.
Hey,
Give everybody your social media, baby. Give me your social media.
Hey, y'all can find me on Instagram, Moolah1011. Y'all please go stream that Fuck That song, please. I like that. Y'all.
Go stream that, stream that. Y'all give it up for my man, Moolah! We'll be right back. G5 Live. Play my shit!
Yo City.
Pull up to the party. Lose all of my body. Little chick on my body. They can't tell me nothing, no.
Like it in my face, say less. If it ain't about the money, say less. If it ain't from the click, say less. Chick, say less. Got my walls in me.
So you know Diddy's like your brother?
No.
Here's a little story about a kid from
Morocco. Do you know how hard you have to hustle to get a dream in Africa and think that you're gonna come to the United States and become an international rap superstar?
For me, it's a dream come true. I watched Puff when he first started, and you know, he always told me if I work hard, I can make it happen.
We're celebrating French vanilla, your own flavor. Now you're talking. We're celebrating that excellence, man.
When I was recording my first album, French, they used to be outside of the studio waiting for me or Ja to finish recording so that they can get in the studio after us. So if I finished my session around 4:30 in the morning, French was coming up about 5.
Beautiful day. Jungle Brothers. Yeah, y'all wanna join us? Come get some bags with us, man.
It's really cool to see the hustle and the passion and the hunger turn into this monumental celebratory moment of an artist.
I respect his hustle, his work ethic, who he is as a man. He has a pure heart. He's all about positivity, and that's what we're about, positive vibes only, team love, so it's a perfect fit.
French's hustle, to me, is really dope because I call it a worldly hustle.
He's consistent. You can count on him to make a hit.
And I'm so glad that he's part of Ciroc because he represents everything that it is.
You can't make people believe if you don't believe. And everything that he knew could happen, now everyone is seeing it coming to fruition because he created that through his own belief in himself.
Take a shot, celebrate the hard work.
Yo, French, your hustle on point. Congrats on the French vanilla, all the success.
Shout out to French Montana. I'm very happy for him. I respect his hustle. Congrats. Enjoy success.
And I want to tell Ciroc thank you. I want to tell Puff thank you. If you're not part of Black Excellence, if you're not part of this French vanilla Ciroc, don't call me. I'm going to get a beat before all of y'all.
I'm at the studio. 3, 4 in the morning, something like that.
Let's see how it sound.
I rap with the Pyrex and the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pirate. Jack full of dope. I can die.
Hold up, stop the track.
What you think?
I ain't feeling the energy ain't there. I like the second take better than the first take, but overall the energy, I don't know.
You know, why don't we do this? Why don't we take it home, sleep on it? We've been here a long time.
All right.
Hey,
on with it.
Doing pushing hairlines back?
Pushing hairlines back because he ugly.
Check this out real. Listen. Check it out.
Can't dinner. I rap with a Pyrex in the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pipe rat on the dock with a dope. I can dissect any rapper.
What's up? What's up?
What we doing, Doc?
Hey, I got it.
Now said, let's get it. Go on, bros. I'm out of here. Georgia Weezy hairline. Next time.
I figured it out.
What you think?
Drums.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Perfect.
I rap with a Pyrex in the projects. I'm cracking a pot. I'm a prospect. I'm a pipe rat on the dock with a dope. I can dissect. It's a lie.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. G5 Live each and every Wednesday. Play my shit Wednesday. Wild Man Teddy T, Chocolate in the building, and y'all give it up for King Yeah. It's going down, baby. King Soul's in the building. Y'all know what's going on. Come on, ladies. Let's come sit down so we can get into this interview. Come on over here, baby. Let me help you sit down now. Let me help you with that. Let me help you. Lord have mercy. It's a beautiful day. King Soul in the building. What's happening?
What's good?
Man, it's the holiday season is coming around, man. What's going on
What
with
you buy me
King
for
Soul?
Christmas? That's what I want to know.
I'm gonna get back with you on that. You know, I promise I'm gonna get back with you on that. What I'm gonna get you, I don't know. I've been taking care of Matthias right now.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know, I
that
take
comes
care,
first.
You know.
Yeah, okay. I'll wait on it though.
I got you.
So what's going on in the world of King Soul, man, with the artistry, man? What's going on with the singles? Like, give everybody the information of what's cracking.
You making moves.
Well, you know, I got the single Feeling Amazing and 7 Trey featuring Iceberg coming out January 10th. So that's going to be dropping. We've been playing it, pushing it real heavy out here in the streets and the clubs. You know, just networking, trying to build it up, trying to make it come out. You know what I'm saying? People really feel it.
So what can people expect in 2020 from the camp?
Oh, they can expect a lot from the camp.
Big things.
Like, you know, we're going to be real busy the whole camp. You know, K1NG Radio, Chocolate, Jay, the rest of the team. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of things coming far as just broadcasting and getting a wider audience of where we going to stream from. You know, shout out to my homie Rep Your City TV, put me on game. You know what I'm saying? So we just going to try to take everything to a whole nother level with it. You know what I'm saying? Just give a big and more opportunities to more people, you feel me? And with the music, I'm going to just stay busy. You know what time it is.
So what's the name of the project that's coming out where these singles are on?
Oh, the name of the project that's going to be coming out is going to be called Season of Revenge. You feel me? We had the 90 Days of Pressure. Then we had the preseason. And you know what I'm saying? Right now, we in the preseason. We still pushing, still building. It ain't dropped yet. But, you know, once we drop, January 10th, Season of Revenge begins, you feel me? And y'all gonna see my face everywhere.
So not only are you an artist, but you wear several hats.
Facts.
Entrepreneur, businessman, father. You even play a big role in just inspiring others. Now, let me ask you, do we get exhausted? And how do you manage it all?
I don't know. I don't really think it gets exhausting because it's genuine. It's not really, like, the only thing that gets exhausting is just traveling.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as, like, dealing with people, trying to inspire people in the business and stuff like that, that's, like, really what gives me energy. That's like my focus. That's, like, my motivation to keep going. It's like, we got to keep this going because it's like I gave myself no other option. It's like, this has to work. So it's like, I got to show my dedication to that. But I also make time to be a dad, too, because, you know, I know how important that is. So, like, you could catch him up at the station with me, you know what I'm saying? Because he got to learn the family business, you understand? You got to put him to work, you feel me?
Now, those who don't know your story, you are an artist, military, you served in the...
I served in the Navy.
Navy, okay. Okay, so you served in the Navy. You're an artist. When you were creating music at first, you know, no one would play your music.
No.
No one would give you the time of day, nothing like that. So you decided to play your own music by
Right.
creating K1NG Radio.
Right, right.
Now, back then, when you thought, let me create this for not just me, but for everybody,
Right.
did you know, or did you have an idea that it will be so big right now? Not only do, you know, you give artists inspiration, you encourage them, you inspire them to follow their dreams, and that's what they're doing. So how does it feel, you know, just like, I just want my music played too, wow, this is what I've become right now?
I mean, I don't really never look at it like that because
You
I guess
better.
because I'm in it and I'm just, because you know, like I'm in it, so I'm kind of like got tunnel vision. So I be
Mhm.
kind of focused on like how to take everything to another level with us. So it's just like, but when I get it, to hear it, you know what I'm saying, I appreciate it. But like I say, if it's genuine, you feel me, it's just like, I do it, I don't really need nothing in return, you know what I'm saying?
what's up.
Like I was upset, lightweight, that he was talking about me. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, appreciate you though, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I want to do. I want to inspire people. I want people to feel like, yo, you know, they could do whatever.
Well, why don't you go ahead and get up and inspire us with a song
There
right
we
now
I got you.
that can make everybody sing.
Sing, get up.
G5 Wednesday, play my shit. King Zoe in the building. Let's turn up. DJ! Oh! Yeah. Where my ladies at? Come on.
It's my song, 7 Trey.
Let's get it turned up.
All I ever wanted was a 7 tray. 7 tray. All I ever wanted was a 7 tray. 7 tray. All I ever wanted was a 7 tray. 7 tray. All I ever wanted was a 7 tray. 7 tray. All I ever wanted was a dunk with the funk. Spray that bitch down with candy. Make sure that you had the flake. King on the license plate. Wood grain and some tips just to hide a player face. Few Cubans on my neck. You can tell I'm getting paid. Drop the top on them hoes. All this ice, I don't need shade. Hypnotized by the blades while I'm creeping down the block. 9 on my laptop. AK in that trunk. Bitch, try me if you won't shit. My vibe don't interrupt it. Can I live? Can I chill? Sipping, spinning the wheel. Ain't trying to do the dash. We ain't got no need to rush. Roll through, start up a fuss. Hating niggas wish they was us. Laughing while we fill our cups. All I ever wanted was a 7 tray. 7 tray. All I ever wanted was a 7 tray. 7 tray. All I ever wanted was a 7 tray.
This my song, Feeling Amazing. That's gonna be dropping January 10th as well, you feel me? Y'all let me know what y'all think of this.
Picture me rolling, this shit feel amazing. I'm talking to God with the top down, praying for patience. Nigga been waiting, just roll up another, let's keep this shit blazing. Eyes low, just like an Asian, gift of persuasion got me through the door. My genius and hustle gon' bring it some more. Picture me rolling, this feel amazing. Picture me rolling, it feel amazing. DDB and a BSG, don't test a nigga, boy, I'm out your league. Sing young wrong, show you what I mean. Stick dirty, but the clip clean. Let me slow it down for you slow niggas. Middle finger to you hoe niggas. Fuck hung on in your chest, nigga. Headshot, fuck a best nigga. Baba cool and a hit of Sprite. Give a king life on them late nights. I'm swerving the city, my passenger seat got a biddy. It's probably your biddy. You missing kiss out, fuck that and flip it and pass it to my niggas. Married to the game, focused on figures. I never change up on none of my niggas. I love all my niggas, you know all my niggas. This shit feel amazing. I'm talking to God with top down, praying for patience. Nigga been waiting, just roll up another, let's keep this shit blazing. Eyes low, just like an Asian, gift of persuasion got me through the door. My genius and hustle gon' bring it some more. Picture me rolling, this feel amazing. Picture me rolling, it feel amazing. Nappy-headed nigga who stubborn, I just want me a coupe. Better yet, the dunk on sixes, candy paint with no roof. Fell back for a minute, niggas really thought I fell off. 90 days of pressure, pissed me off and I'ma take off. Gotta stay out my feelings, emotions ain't good at business. Seeing by their moves, they really only got ill intentions. Roll a doobie, sit back, my life really a movie. Catch the vibe, let's slide, you know just how I do it. I keep the 10 on the window just to block out intruders. I'm mostly dodo, can't let these ops out here no maneuvers. Playing C's, I'm the shit, so I'm tripping manure. Don't hang with rats, not my kind, I only hang with shooters. Dealers and hustlers, kings that's trying to move a bundle. I came up off the 30, off the 100. I really got it off the muscle. I ain't with the tongue tussle. Stay away from slimy niggas and all of these musty bitches. Mostly leeches, so they out here trying to block my riches. I got a vision, took some time and I plotted it with precision. Got God, so trust it ain't nothing that I'm missing. Chameleon niggas shit get real, they start to switching. Salute all the real, get more to all the fake ones. Picture me rolling, this shit feel amazing. I'm talking to God with top down, praying for patience. Nigga been waiting, just roll up another, let's keep this shit blazing, eyes low. Just like an Asian, get the persuasion, got me through the door. My genius and hustle, gon' bring it some more. Picture me rolling, this feel amazing. Picture me rolling, it feel amazing.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, K1NG, King Zo, knowledge of one, no gimmicks. You can't rule over many till you rule over the most important one. You feel me?
King Zo's in the building. Give it up for King Zo! Listen, we want to thank everybody who came out tonight. Young and the Restless, my man Lex Promotions, Bertram Boyd, you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to Briscoe, the Obalaka Goon. It all went down G5 Live. It happens every Wednesday. Play my shit. It's going down. Moolah, King Zo, we in the building. Don't forget, each and every Wednesday, we're live. Chocolate, let them know.
Play My Shit Wednesday, each and every Wednesday. G5, we live. K1NG Radio, Rep Your City TV. Make sure y'all here each and every Wednesday.
Yeah, we out. Make some noise. Yeah.
Whoop. Whoop. Y'all ain't know I am, right?
In the right hand, 10 bands in my left hand. Make her best friend, be her hype man. You keep going big, she wanna fight, damn. Bad bitches in my city catching flights, damn. Popping big bands when they hit the lights, damn. I put down on your city, in your city they fuck with me. And the bitches fucking with me, cause I represent my city. Get your picture, you can witness all this cash that we getting. If you started, we gon' finish whole game with the business. 100 bands, 100 bands, 100 bands. 100 bands, 10 bands in the right hand, 10 bands in my left hand.
What's 100 racks? I throw it real quick. Thought it was Olympics, way to stripper do a split. 1942, get the bad bitches in. New Chanel purse every time she throw a fit. Drop it.
Tsunami mommy in this bitch. About to fuck up the beat real quick. Hey, hey. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. I don't like a lazy hoe, man. Get your ass up. Ho, you not at home. Ho, you in the club. So yeah, it's time to turn up. If you don't like it while you hear it, ain't this what you signed up for when you thought about eating? Hell, no, I ain't trying to preach. I'm just being honest. In the pimp eyes, this right here is having dishonor. Baby, you know what time it is. I didn't care if you got kids. What you out here paying for? Don't you got a lot of bills? I got a lot of bills right in my hand, and right now I'm just looking for a little bougie friend to party with and get naughty with. I stay poppin' shit. Yeah, you got potential. Hold up, I'm tryna knock a bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Yeah, you know what's up with me. If you tryna get that bag, yeah, I know you need it. Really, really, really bad. Bitch, I know the feeling. Oh, I really hate to lag. Do you got it in you? Let's see if we can bring it out. Think like a boss. Then we will see if you really stacking or you just capping. Damn, baby, what just happened? But I'm by my paper and I'm tryna save her. You can call me lifesaver. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Shake that ass, bitch. I'm throwing cash, bitch. I'm moving fast, bitch. Make it last, bitch. Tsunami mommy in this bitch about to fuck up the beat real quick.